let's get back to this recovery truck from yesterday. It's going for an MOT and we can't do class 7. But however, it needs 2 front shock absorbers, so we're going to get involved. And the first thing to do is jump in the vehicle, remove the glove box, and the mount is just up here. Just be careful with the wiring loom. And it is a stupid place for it, but anyway, it is in there. Now we've got the vehicle jacked up and it is supported with axle stands. We've got the both front wheels off. We need to go around all the components that we need to remove. There's pinch bolts at the back here. Get your wire brush, whatever it shall be, by there. Give it a good cleaner-rooney and give it a good squirt with some GT85. Now we've removed the pinch bolts. Now these steering knuckles, they clamp up and they do go pretty tight and they're quite hard to get off. So what I've done, get yourself an old sampler key and grind the end down so it's a bit like an oval shape. And that should, if I can show you, slide in the back there. And as you twist it, it will open up that steering knuckle and that should just drop straight out. Also, you need to just remove your anti-roll bar link, take the nut off the bottom. With it being connected to the bottom arm, it's quite hard to push down. So if you just slacken it off, it will be a little bit easier for you. And then once you've removed the steering knuckle from the shock absorber, get yourself a little, well, what I use is an exhaust hook. Just around the brake pipe. There's no stress and it's not going to damage it whatsoever. It's just to support it, save it flopping out and pulling the shaft out of the gearbox. Now let's get in the cab and undo the top mount. Now we're inside the vehicle. Get yourself 60mm on your battery ratchet. Oh. And it should come out like that. Perfect. I tell you what, these sockets are the best I've ever bought. Magnetic. And just like that, that is one shock absorber off. Let's get it in the coil spring compressor and get it compressed. Now it's in the coil spring compressor. Just because we're changing the shock, we've had to change the spring cup size. Rather than the clamp for the strut, we're just compressing the spring, and you only need to compress it ever so slightly, just enough to get the shock absorber out. Now that we've got the old shock absorber removed, it is a good time now to check your strut top bearing. This occasion I knew it was a good top bearing because you can feel it when you're on the lock left to right and it's not rough. But yeah, we're going to put this back together now. As you can see, the shock absorber is in bad condition. Let's get this new KYB one on. And yes, there is a choice in shock absorbers, difference in length on the rods. We need the shorter ones and we've been sent the long ones. But however, while I'm waiting for the correct ones to turn up, we're going to pull the other side apart. Now the driver's side is a little bit more fiddly than the passenger side because you've just got to pull the fuse box down, and to do that you've got to take the security plates off, and they have also got, where are they? Security bolts, and they're a bit of a pain if you haven't got the knack to get them out. Anyway, the same procedure removing it is as the passenger side. Right, now we've got the right ones for the vehicle, let's get them fitted. And that is the brand new shock absorber fitted now. Just put a tiny little bit of copper slip around the bottom when it fits into the steering knuckle, and we can get it fitted back to the vehicle. And that is the driver's side all built back up, and we have connected all our brake lines back up. Make sure they're not going to fall off because you don't want them catching on anything. And there we go, that is the near side all built back up now. All we've got to do is put the wheels back on. Once we've got the wheels back on the vehicle and it's back on the ground, we can jump inside now and put all this trim back together. It's probably the worst part of any job, is putting all trims back together. I'm sure you'll all agree on that one. And that is all the dash trim back together. We're going to just take it down the road for a bit of a test drive now. We've been through all the lights, we've checked everything over for a test. So it should, fingers crossed, go through a class 7. Anyway, let's get it sent.